Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Samantha Rizundu if you are new here, and today, wait, what am I doing? We're doing a full face of some of my Sephora favorites. If you are new here, I am Australian, hi. And Sephora in Australia sells maybe different brands to the Sephora in your country. So this is the Sephora in Australia and what we have. So we've got brands like Natasha Denona, Huda Beauty, more high-end brands. We have Rare Beauty, Fenty, things like that. So I'm going to be going through everything that I love at Sephora, essentially. So if you're excited for this video, I would so appreciate a thumbs up and a subscribe if you are new here, and let's get into it. So I'm going to start off with primer. I have two primers and they're both like 100-point reward samples. No, I have the Milk one, but I've barely used it for 100. That was a birthday gift. But I have used this. This is the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist Pore Diffusing Primer. I quite like this one. I don't consider myself to have large pores, but I do get oily. So usually pore can often mean, pore targeting often helps with oils as well, I find, because it's got that silicone barrier. And it doesn't feel drying. You know how some can feel drying? This one still has an hydration aspect to it. So I really like this one. Now for foundation, I only have one that I actually really love. I have another one that I just bought, but I haven't even used it yet, so I can't add it as a favorite. So this one I really use all the time. This is actually my everyday slap on with no other makeup. I often put sunscreen on and then this over the top, sometimes with a couple de bronzy drops. So I use this a lot, just not a lot on camera, but I use this a lot in my everyday life, so you can kind of see how much I have used it. This is the Glowish Multi-Dew Skin Tint. So what I've decided to do is use this and then use a concealer with a little bit more coverage, because I had one that was really light coverage and I thought, no, you're doing a full face. So this is going to be really light coverage. I often use my hands when I'm doing my thing, but I would like to use it with a sponge, because it does have coverage. It's just a super nice natural. I usually use one pump for my whole face because I'm not trying to do a whole makeup thing, but I've done two for this video just so I can get that little bit more coverage. And this is very dewy, as people have said. Some people hate that. When I'm not wearing any other makeup, I love it because it just makes me look glowy and evens my skin tone. So that's why I don't ever use this as an actual foundation for going out. I exclusively use it. It's in another section where my sunscreens are. Actually, I keep it with my sunscreen. So I put the sunscreen on, then I put this over the top. So for that, it's not actually a foundation that I use. It's a tinted moisturizer that I use. I understand why people don't love it, because of maybe they're using it like a foundation and it's got pearlescence in it. It's not dewy so much, it's actual pearlescence. So you can kind of even see. But I'm gonna put concealer and powder on, so it's gonna look quite nice. I kind of use it, I guess you could say, like the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless, is it Flawless Finish or Flawless Filter? I can never remember which one's which, they sound the same. I use it in that way where I just kind of use it as a nice glowy base for the day. And that is that. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I have the shade Fair. And I think it's a great shade for me when I'm fake tan, or if I want a bit of a glow, I add the de bronzy drops or any kind of bronzy drop serum thing. Like there's the By Terry one. There's a few different ones, but yes, I absolutely love this. Next is Huda Beauty. There's a bit of a theme here. I didn't realize how much I love Huda Beauty. I was very late to the Huda Beauty game. And I love Glowish, which is under Huda Beauty's brand. But once I tried Huda, I kind of fell in love. I also love Kayali perfumes, not all of them, but I love some of them. So this is the newest concealer, the Faux Filter Concealer. I have the shade Royal Icing 1.1N. It's too light for me, but I can definitely make it work. I was gonna do my eyes first. That's okay, we're doing this now. So let's start with that. I kind of just want it in the center of my face so I still have that beautiful natural glowy on the outside. So let's do that. I really like this. This is considered a luminous matte. To me, it's just a really nice natural finish. I really like it. It's got good coverage without it being cakey. Yeah, you can kind of see it's a little bit too light, but we can make it work. Yeah, I had never used Huda Beauty when she was massive, like in that 2016 makeup era. I never used her. I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford all of these brands when I was younger. I remember I used to like fully save up for a MAC lipstick. Oh, getting a MAC lipstick was such a big deal. And I remember I got the pot eyeliner. Oh my God. I think one of the first makeup products that I bought that was high end was, before I really wore makeup, was the Benny Tint. Oh my gosh, I remember I like was at the counter and she was telling me that this was really nice. I think she was looking at my young age and being like, this was age appropriate. Bless her. And I bought it and it was such a big deal, and it was like my makeup product that I did. I put on my lips and my cheeks and that was it. And that's actually the perfect product for someone who, I think I was like a late teens, not young. I think I was working. Yeah, I really remember going to the counter and her recommending that, and I just loved it. I loved it. I think it was at Maya, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm still looking really dewy, as expected, but we'll powder down once I've done all the creamy products. You know what? Winter is upon us and I'm getting so many dry patches. It's really confusing because I'm oily and then dry patchy at the same time. I'm not having a good time in this weather. Like right here, I exfoliate regularly. Right here, I don't even know if you can see. Yeah, you might be able to see. It's so patchy. And I love this concealer, so I'm pretty sure it's that turn of weather. Also, one of the last videos I did where I talked about my Mecca favorites, drinking a cup of tea and I ask you your favorite tea, and you guys gave me some great suggestions, because I did this thing where I bought 100 bags of Dilma tea. It was on sale. I'm still drinking it years later because I'm more of a tea drinker in winter. Anyway, right now I bought this on a whim and I don't really like it, but I'm trying to drink it. It is Dilma. It's called Rooibos. Could be butchering that. It's moringa, chili, cocoa, and cardamom. And I'm not having sugar right now, so I would have normally added honey to this. It's got that, it's not chai, but it's got that warm, cozy vibe of a chai. It's not bad. It's just, I do prefer just like a standard black tea or an Earl Grey. Yeah, we're just gonna do my whole base and then we'll do my eyes, because I bought 2 eyeshadow palettes and I don't know what to use. And in certain categories I had too many options, like eyeshadow. I have a few single eyeshadows too. But then other categories I had like barely anything, like eyebrows, mascara. Certain things I don't really buy at Sephora, like, yeah, I think I struggled with a couple of things. I only had one because I don't actually shop at Sephora that much. Because I work at Mecca, so I get the discount, you know, and I get lots of free stuff at Mecca too. So I have lots of Mecca stuff. I do love Sephora, and Natasha Denona is my favorite eyeshadow brand. Okay, let's just continue with cream and then we'll powder down and do my eyes. So I have 2, oh no, bronzer, Huda Beauty. We're gonna have I told you we're gonna have a few themes, but I've got a few diversions from Huda. It's just there's a lot of Huda one after the other and then it stops. So this is the Tan and Tone. I have the Fair Tantor. I love this. I've used this a bit. I think it is a wonderful product. It's super easy and it has a nice contour shade to it without being grey, because sometimes fair skin contours can be quite grey, whereas this has still got that nice level of warmth. And it sets, which makes it really, really good quality. I really appreciate a cream product that sets, because otherwise it just goes everywhere throughout the day, like slips around. See how nice and natural it is? You could definitely build this up, but because I'm going in with powder as well, I like to go more light. And I could definitely get away with wearing this alone, I think. I find a lot of contour shades are still nice and bronzy on my fair skin. I am so dewy. I actually can't wait to put powder on. Yeah, cream blush. I have these 2 by Pixie. So I've had these for the longest time. I actually bought these directly from Pixie's website, but they've just come to Sephora. So I think they used to be there, then they dropped off, and now we've got like makeup at Pixie at Sephora, for Pixie at Sephora. And I actually want to pick up a few more things. So tell me your faves. or anything that you're curious to see, because I think in the next Sephora sale I will pick up some Pixie things because I really love their makeup. So today, I don't know what we're gonna do. I love both of these. I also had the orange one, but I decided to declutter it just because I felt like I had too many. But I love all of them. I just use these ones more. So we have Fleur, wears this beautiful baby pink. And with my eyeshadows, I could wear either of of these, which is why it's making it harder. And then this is Ruby. And I tend to wear, I love Ruby for the for the cheeks and lips. I really like, look, I'll show you. Really nice on the lips. Just, I mean, I did the tiniest bit because I'll do lipstick later, but they sheer out really nicely. They're just a really nice product. They are like an oily, dewy finish, so they're not something that you want to do on a full glam day. It's more like your natural everyday wear. I'm gonna do this. I don't want it to affect my foundation. I think they nailed the colors. I love these colors. I don't have these colors in my collection of other products, so that's another reason why I love it. I feel like everyone does a coral kind of color, and they didn't even do that. I don't know about the bronzer. I don't know if I want to try the bronzer. I initially did, but I don't think I love the shades that they brought out. So if you have dry skin like this is the look, but this is just a little too dewy for me. So let's go in with some powder. I'm gonna do the Huda. This is new to me and it's love at first sight. So this is the Cherry Blossom Cake Easy Bake, a loose baking and setting powder. It's just like blurring, mattifying without looking cakey. It's super finely milled. Oh, it is stunning. I've always wanted to try this powder and I finally have the chance. I'm gonna use a little, what do you call this? Like a triangle powder puff. And so I can just, so I don't have too much, I just kind of press it in there. And then get the creases out, because I know I've creased. It's got a strong rose scent. Or is it cherry blossom? Maybe it is cherry. It's got a floral scent. I don't mind. I don't mind scent. It doesn't bother me, honestly. It really doesn't bother me. I love fragrance, so. Watch this. Well, it's super oily. It's gone. I was actually looking sweaty. Because like I said, I usually use one pump. I'd never used 2 pumps before, so maybe that was a mistake. I still want that beautiful radiance to come through without looking sweaty. Right, where are we? Oh, a bit of powder bronzer. Now this is quite light. So my bronzer today is going to be light and you're probably like, finally Sam, she's not going to go in ham with the bronzer. Because, you know, I love bronzer. I just love it. Anyway, this is the Glowish Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder. I have one light. It's really pretty, but it is very light. But it's also good because it means you don't go too heavy. So if you are, I'm seeing a little bit of hard pan actually. What's going on there? Glowish. Maybe that's why it's so light, is because it's too hard pressed. Like I can't get the product out. That could be it. I did feel like it was quite hard pressed. Anyway, I use this on like when I want just like a nice light flush of bronzer, which is pretty rare if I'm honest, but it is nice. I'm just someone that always goes a tone up with the bronzer. Like if there's only light, medium, dark, I might get a dark. It just depends on the brand and what coloring they've used, but I bought this light. I probably could have gone with the medium just for my preference, even though I'm not a medium skin tone, I'm aware. But you can kind of see it's not really done anything. I have a feeling we've got a bit of a hard pan issue. You see that? It's picking up on my finger, but it's not picking up much on the brush. And then I have 2 blushes. I thought I had 1, but I got 2. It's just really small. I have the Sephora brand, Shame on You #1. And then I have one of my favorites, Dandelion from Benefit. It's a mini, but I've had it for so long. It's kind of, I'm kind of losing the, you can't see the name anymore. Oh, I think the thing is I don't use this that much. It's really nice. But I love dandelion. We're kind of going for a very soft vibe today. I'm going to go dandelion. I just love it. It's such a pretty fair skin blush. And being that we have light bronzer, we'll go in with the light blush, I say. What do you think? Yeah, I think that's nice. And I mean, we've got the natural foundation, like the sheer foundation. Yeah, we're gonna go light. Does that mean I'm gonna do light eyes? I was planning to not do light eyes. I find it really hard making decisions. Sometimes I'm like very decisive. It's almost intimidating. I'm like, yes, no, let's do it. Let's not do it. But then things like this, I guess when it doesn't really matter, I'm like, I don't know what I want to do, and I get all like indecisive. Okay, I've got one highlighter from Rare Beauty, and it's the Exhilarate shade. Very pretty, very intense. I've got a fluffy blush brush, but it's small. I think I'm just gonna go like this. Watch this, like that. That's gonna probably be too much. I'm gonna do a little bit here, because I only want a little bit, but it's very intense. I like to bring it up into the eye. So when I finish my eye look, you can see that nice under the brow bone without doing it under the brow bone, you know what I mean? So that tiny bit is just on my whole face. It's very pretty. It's just so intense. I've always overdone it, so I think this is good. I don't think I've overdone it today. All right, eyebrows. My ye old trusty, my fave, Benefit Precisely My Brow. I have the shade 2.5. It's the love of my life. It's actually my favorite brow pencil ever. Which can do no wrong. Partly because of the shade, but also the precision that it says. It's just a really good, it's perfectly pigmented. It's not too creamy, not too waxy. It's just a really, really good eyebrow pencil. And I just love how my brows look every time I use it. I've had the shade 2, I've had the shade 3, but I think 2.5 is my actual hair color. It just looks like my brow, but like, what's the word? Precise. Oh my God. Just like it's called. Great. And then I have the Gimme Brow in shade number 2. I love the tiny little spoolie, and what I love about this is it's not too wet. I hate wet eyebrow gels. I hate them. I hate them when they're super wet and they get all over your face. This just gives it a bit of volume. I feel like it gives it, you can kind of see a difference. I mean, it is a different color. This is the shade 2. I think it just makes them look a little bit more fuller and then in place. And I think I have a little bit too much in the center of my brow in the beginning, sorry. So I'm just taking the spoolie from the Precisely My Brow because there's nothing on it. I'm just brushing that over. And what that does is take the intensity away. It's time for the eyes. I've already put a little bit of eye primer on because I remembered. Go me. I have 2 eyeshadow palettes. I want you to scream at the TV or your phone or your iPad. What should I pick? I'm listening. Natasha Denona Coral Palette. She's a beauty. She's well loved. Can do no wrong. Or, see, they're similar vibes, which is why I can't make a decision. My Huda Beauty Naughty Nudes palette, which is one of my all-time favorite palettes. I'm thinking the Natasha Denona just because I use this all the time. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm sorry, Huda, maybe next time. And also, I've used a lot of Huda products. So let's go Natasha Coral. I have a few Natasha Denona palettes, but I thought we could play with this one today. I'm wearing a red jumper, so we're in theme. Let's start with this Kind Collective brush that doesn't have a name, but it's basically like a small shader brush. And I'm gonna go with this matte color here, which is Dakota. I'm gonna place that in the outer corner. I'm gonna try and use all the shades, but I don't know. I actually don't know if I want to use the red. I love red eyeshadow, but I feel like maybe today we're not going to do it. I might do a little bit of this in the inner corner too. And then I'll drag a little bit underneath. Because there is not a point, but it'll suffice. That's done. And then I want a nice fluffy brush. And I will take some of this peachy color. And just do that here. Just to give a nice gradient. I think I'm just going to go right in and do this all over the lid. It's so pretty. I also have another Kind Collective brush. It's like a dense flat brush. I think I'm going to use my finger. See it? That's what I wanted. I love this like purpley toned topper with a red base. That's why I love the Huda Beauty palette. It's got all of these similar tones. And then I'm going to do a little of this one just in the center. So this is more like a metallic shimmer, and the other one is, the purple one is more like a topper. So I probably should have done it the other way around, but that's okay. I really don't mind. We're just playing. I think that looks nice. And I'm not going to use the red, like I said. And then I have two eyeliners. I have a brown and a black. I think brown. Well, I have the Benefit Roller Liner, the brown, and then the Kat Von D in Trooper Black. I think I'm going to go brown because we're going soft today. Now this, it's not the deepest brown, but I've kept it all these years because it does the trick. It's just not, I think because it's brown, it's never going to be as dark as you want it to be, because that's essentially just black, isn't it? But it's still going years later. Still pigmented. Still wet. It just gives a nice soft wing. And then my mascara is the same thing. It's the Benefit Roller Lash. I've only got a mini. I don't really have any full-size Sephora mascaras. I often just get the 100-point ones. I also have the Milk Kush, but I've not opened it because I want to finish this one before I open that one. And I've heard that one's good too. I love using my 100 rewards points at Sephora. I mean, that was a great one. But on mascaras, because the minis just last long. I don't really need a full-size one. It's pretty rare that I buy a mascara. I have bought, but it's pretty rare when I do. I think the main times I've bought them is for like videos where I needed to buy a mascara. But I love this one. But I did wear this the other day and I had total smudging at the end of the day. So I don't know if it's because it's old, because this is old, or if it's the mascara. Lovely. Isn't these shimmers so pretty? Oh, I just love it. I think it looks so nice. And then our lips are looking a little sad. I only have one lip liner. I also bought a perfume. I've only got one lip liner. Now this shade doesn't exist anymore at Sephora, but I think the Aqua Lip does. This is the Makeup Forever Aqua Lip. So it's like a waterproof lip liner. It's amazing. I have the shade 3C, which I've not been able to find. Maybe because I got replaced with those other ones, the multi-purpose liners. Anyway, these are fantastic. Love Makeup Forever. Big fan. I was thinking of maybe doing a video of brands I wish Mecca had. I should do that because I work at Mecca. I'm like, these are the brands that, like, I wish we had Natasha Denona, I swear. Why am I doing that? I'm not doing a red lip. I've got my Gucci, my one Gucci product. This is the Rouge de Beauté Brilliant in Linnet Stone is the shade. And it's a nice sheer lipstick and it is cooler tone. So I've worn this with a fake tan. Oh, it washed me out. So I recommend this one for fair skin. I think it's the tone of it. Yeah, I brought this on my trip when I went to Queensland and I fake tan. So the whole time I was there, I was fake tan, and I couldn't wear this at all. So it was pointless me bringing it. That's it. And then our perfume, I don't have a setting spray, sorry. And then the perfume I bought, I do have others, but I really love this one, the Goldfield & Banks Southern Bloom. I just have the 10 ml. So let's give her a spritz. It's like a warm, woody floral. It's very summery floral. It has depth to it. It's not a fluffy floral. It's really, really nice. And this one is based off, inspired by Bruny Island in Tasmania. Lovely. So that is the finished look. All right, that's everything, guys. I so appreciate you. You know that. I love making these videos for you guys. I love the conversations we have in the comments, and I would absolutely love to know your Sephora favorites. Even if you're not in Australia, your Sephora, what is your favorite products? Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.